Hello, we are now in the second round, Soviets turn. We saw before that the Germany had a victory, a Blitzkrieg victory, because they conquered major victories, major cities with number two, Odessa, Kiev, and Smolensk. They throw dice. It was a two, so it was Blitzkrieg victory for this scenario. That is only for, as you can see, 4 turns. Okay, so but in order you to see how the Soviets could defend and to gain some points, although now they win, it would stop the game. I will have another turn for Soviets. So the first one, we are here, administrative phase. We draw a card and we have the possibility to play a card. We are in second. We already have this Stalin plate, and we draw this card because we are in the second turn. This is an give us a shift on the right during a battle, and we have already at hand this one. We will play this card, so from now on our air forces, and you see our air forces, Soviet air forces, are totally destroyed. We can resurrect them, because until this card is played we cannot resurrect them and to return them in the home territory. The second step is initial supply check of our Soviet units or resources. For example, this one that give us one good in expansion of this game, there is a mine, so it's another kind of resources, but here it's called good. This is good as well. So here is out of supply, this one, because cannot trace from a friendly line to our resource cities. So we have one less. Here we have one less as well. Here one less as well. This is out of supply for sure. Here's already the marker. So in the end this will be destroyed for sure. And just so we have 6, if I remember, we have 6 oil. Let's see here in the production, 6 oil, and instead of 18 we have 3 goods less. We're 18. So those are the points we will pass now in this next step to spend them in order to defend our country. In this initial check, what we do here, initial supply check, we add the auto supply markers to mines, to cities that are out of our control, and so they cannot provide us goods, or supply in our units. The unit has to have a supply, to trace a supply line until Saratov, if you remember, or until Kirov, and those in theory goods go to here to Siberia. Okay, but just supply passes from controlled or empty or controlled hexes. That means if we look here, we have a Soviet unit here. This one is not controlled, it's empty, and this is empty as well. This means that these two zones are disputed areas, because zone of control of that one, of General Kleist, is here, is here, is here, is here. Here is disputed area because this Soviet unit control, zone control, is here as well, or here. So in theory, these two are disputed areas. So we have how to supply this unit as well. we check for out of supply even if we have some cities with train, like in this case, for example. In theory, we could add that is out of supply, but okay, the whole city is here is controlled. But in theory, we can add those markers as well. And now is the most important for how the situation is, the bad situation that Soviet is the production point and collection. We add them already in the table. We don't have any reinforcements, and we just spend. Since we have our General Stalin here, we will not act, we will just add, we spend for an infantry just one good, and cavalry and mechanized just one oil, instead of good and oil, or do goods, and two goods and two oils for an airplane. And we take out for free markers, disorganized markers. Or, for example, we have here, yes. Since they are in front, because they have adjacent an enemy unit, we have the penalty to pay one more. Look here, for example, is as well. We have this penalty. On front, if we take out a disorganized marker that's infantry, we pay just one instead of free. Here, one oil. But the case is that we believe that this unit is already destroyed. We cannot save it. But perhaps we will use it for here. So we spent one resource, one good, sorry, to take this one. We will now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources in order to take back all these infantry units. We'll take first the good ones. They return back in cults. We don't have the right at the moment to upgrade the units. 5, we'll take this one, 5. 1, 2, 3 more, just infantry. Yeah, the other are those as well. And we add, since we have the stack limitation, just in a major city, gray one, or minor city. In case we had, then we will do it, resurrect these units, armor come here in major cities, not in minor, or for example in this. So let's see how we will add our units. In theory, we would be in the third, as you can see, next is the third one, the third turn. In the theory, we are afraid of the cities that are number 3, like for example Kharkov or Leningrad here, or Tula. So in theory we play that we're still playing. So let's cover and protect those. One here, one here. We can rotate if you like to see. Another one here. It's a minor city here as well. Here as well. Here as well. Remember that here I have double defense. Okay. Here. Perhaps here. To protect Sevastopol. Or better here. But we have still 6 if you see 6 oil and 6 goods. In that case, let's see, perhaps we will add some armor. Armor costs just 1 oil because of that guy in general. So we will spend. The other option is to add just some airplane, but let's see. We will spend 5 oil. We have 1 left. Those who can enter just in cities, like here, like here. Perhaps that would be better here, here, here. And we have more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more. And as you can see, everything that was destroyed, almost. Now it's back. Here it's out of supply, so I cannot use it. Here I can use it, but I will be. Okay, let's try here, here, here. Okay, my strategy is not very well. Very good. And 2 goods more, just to add here. And as you can see, now it's a Russian Soviet units that almost were eliminated are now in cadre form, reduced strength, almost everywhere in the map. Look. So we left just the Air Force behind and just 1 cadre. It's not perhaps it's bad production phase, this one for the Soviet, because we need the Air Force superiority just not to get in addition in attrition phase to gain the superiority. But we played just to see how it works and how easy it is for Soviets to come back and little by little to reconquer everything they lost in the first 2 turns. Let's see, we go on. It's now strategic rail movement. Just 1 movement that is organized from rail to rail. But I think I'm full now, so I pass. The other step is air and operation and operational movement. We don't have any air forces. Well, let's see if we could move those one, and I think we will move them. Now the dilemma is or to go and be very close to my enemy in order to have a very good attrition phase, because if you remember well, if I'm very good in this phase, my enemy receives hits. So if I'm in I am in front, in the first line, all these my units, my number will be increased. So I will have some. Of course, I will have some losses as well, but my enemy will have as well, because I see that his front now is quite big. German has. I see some difficulties now to cover all this terrain. And in order to see how the Soviet could play another alternative to play, not by fighting but just with space and movement, let's do it. Now we're past the. So I'm in the movement phase. I guess I will do some operational movement, because if you remember well, we double our movement, so that will be 8 and up to 8. And we don't count the terrain, so this costs 1 movement point instead of 2. Okay, so let's see. The important is to be close. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the problem is that I cannot stack. This is my problem. Yes, so comes here. I rotate it. I cannot be adjacent to and front with the operational movement. Let's see another. Here I move in such a way so in iteration in movement phase would be a Russian movement unit could be here, and those would be added to the iteration phase. This is the point. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and here. What I think I'm good. Let's see this one here as well. Yes, and that one with 5 and 2, 3. Okay, it's fast, so doesn't matter. I will move this one here as well. So that step has finished. I do it fastly, but normally this is very important, and ground movement phase perhaps is more important. See how now I will try to have my strength in unfront lines. So that one moves here. Now this counts for the strength in attrition because it's adjacent to a friendly unit which is adjacent to unfront. Here as well. Here as well. I will not move it, it's not necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Here. Here. 1. Here. Here. Okay, yes. That one here as well. That would be 1, 2. This it's okay, moved already. Here, 2. Here, perhaps in order perhaps to be a threat. Yes, perhaps I will try that in the future. But anyway, we don't have so many rounds. I think I have moved everything. You see, for example, this unit could be here as well. But in that case, all this strength 9 would be added to the German attrition, and I don't want this one. I just want the few units that are quite advanced, like this, is there to be stacked very close, so only their strength would be added, not the other. For example, here one, yes, would be added because it's in this unit as well. Out of supply units, they can move but half. For example, this one, it's just 2. I can move 2, but since it's a zone of control for enemy, it costs 1. 1. Here it costs 2, so I cannot enter. No. This one is out of supply. movement 5. Actually, it's 2 movement. Actually, I can enter here. Yeah, look, here cost 1 movement. When we enter to a zone of control of the enemy, we don't have any penalty. When we go out, for example, we are here and we go here, it costs 1 movement for the normal movement, 1 point movement because we enter to an enemy zone of control, and 1 more because we are already while we are moving. So that would be cost us just 1 point. Yeah, it seems great because perhaps this would be surrounded. That cost we had 2 points and we just spent 1. Good, very good. Now we check we are in the next phase, attrition phase. We will check the superiority again using dice. Superiority, we don't have any air forces, so superiority for air forces is done for Germans. Let's count the armor. Here is 1 point, 1 point. Here would be 1 point. I don't have Soviets don't have at the moment full strength. Have only cadres. So we are 4 here. Germans have 2, 2. It's far away. 2. Any other? So 6 against 4. It's not the double. You remember, in order someone to have the superiority at least twice. If not, does not count. So 4 against 6, nobody gains superiority. Now we will add the strength of our units that are in unfront. That means that is adjacent if we have an enemy unit, or a friendly unit that is adjacent to unfront, like that one adds its strength. Now perhaps things will start changing by little. Let's count it. I've just calculated the total strength for the demonstration phase. Soviets, if you remember, in the beginning they had just 32 strength. Now they have 53. So all we are here just for one strength. We are not in this one. This means that we gain 1 attack for free. Okay, that means give us the right to attack 1 if we buy, of course, the offensive cheat. We don't have it, so we are here just for 1 strength. Very important. Perhaps we could count this. Anyway, if you have a lot of time and you want to pass an afternoon playing, you can count it, because in this game almost nothing is in randomly. The events, you know what events they will arrive, because they appeared here in this turn, 3rd, 7th, 8th turn. You know, you can calculate the attrition phase, the strength. You can calculate your movements. Almost the dice in battle, you know, even if the results. So randomly, if you don't like dice, here this is very nice game, and you can calculate. And the Germans have 43, so they are in this. We are 1-1. But since the German player has the air superiority, we move here. So 1 lost, 1 hit for. Sorry, we go if the non-phasing player has superiority, does not move on the right, goes down. So we are here 1-1. goes one down, so it's one hit for German and two hits for Soviets. First, the offensive, the non-phasing player has to add one hit. We will add it here. This is important because perhaps we will lose strength. Actually, but we double our strength. But anyway, I see it is the same. So here I'm 4, here I'm 4 as well. Perhaps, or perhaps that one. Yes, Finland. The Finnish units, because I need those for the next turn. So receives. And now we have 2 hits, we could say, for the Soviets. Okay, Soviets model in battle doesn't care about loss and hits and damage. Perhaps that one and that one. They're very relevant for us. Cool. Let's see if we gain. The non-phasing player gains. We are here. Gains one. Gains one reaction. Yes, 2 reactions, but he has no matter reaction reaction markers, but they're just to interfere when we have a battle. So we don't have any, we will not have any battle. And the attrition hex, the facing player, since we are here, we gain 1 attrition hex claim, that one. We add it wherever we want, and that the non-phasing player has to retreat. Of course, hexes in the cities are not. Look, we cannot use them. The weather is good, so in open air, open terrain, and in rough terrain like hills and forest. When weather changes, you will see just in open terrain. So we could say, since look, since those are disorganized, we could tell him to move, to retreat, and it will be eliminated. Look. Let's see if we have another. Look, another option is to claim this hex because it's a forest, and wherever this unit moves, since it would be in a no, it's not zone of control. It's disputed. If would, for example, would be in a zone of control of the enemy, receives 1 hit. But in this case, those are disputed. I think this is a good option. Say here. So is disorganized and destroyed. Now it's a threat. We cannot advance because we are disorganized. Cool. So perhaps we could disorganize another unit like that in order to move for free. That would be the best idea, actually. And now perhaps that would be surrounded. Anyway, this area, which this is Vimborg, has a port, and port always give supply to Germans because they have the Baltic Sea. I have a move in the movement phase. I didn't move this one. But goes until here. Okay, next would be out of supply for sure. Anyway, that was the attrition phase. So we don't have any attack phase because we haven't bought this cheat. This token costs, because of our crazy styling, 4 oil and 4 goods, double one. We have some benefits, half cost for resurrection of the of units or those disorganized tokens for free, but double this token cost double. Let's see the final supply check. I think we have that one. As you can see, it receives two hits, so it's destroyed. It's destroyed actually because out of supply, so it goes there, and the German would receive one good in the next production phase. If it was an armor, could receive he could receive one oil, and then from that box goes to the eliminated boxes for the next Soviet production point. What that means, according to my logic, is that it's better for German player to surround enemies in order to be out of supply than destroying them, because as you saw, you've just seen that we don't Germans don't have no problem about destroying in battle, but resources and good oil and goods are very good difficult to find there here, so it's better to surround and make the Soviet units remain out of supply. Victory check, it's the second turn, as you can see here, so we don't control anything, and we'll pass to the next step, next turn, September, October for the German one. Remember when we arrive here, it's amazing how the weather will change every these 3 months. Actually now Soviets are quite good position, I believe. Because they have almost all their armies there, they protect the number 3 cities, and the Germans have a lot of units far away from the front. And if you remember historically, the journalists with the armors entered too much, and the infantry was far away in the beginning of the Soviet Union's borders, if you remember. And now would be the German phase.